Shalom, Dawn, you're talking, but I can't hear you. You are muted. You can unmute yourself.
Good morning.
Good morning, Charlie. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Hello, David. Welcome. And of course, Al.
Good morning. Shalom, shalom.
Maybe this will help if I click asked unmute. I can't hear you. Okay, that is me in the background, and I've closed that window. And there, now we can hear Dawn. Dawn, say hello.
Hello.
Okay. Thank you
Nice to
very
be.
much, Dawn, Dave, and Charlie, for showing up, even though you are not members of the executive board. Thank you very much, Al, for showing up because you are a member of the executive board. I specifically asked my daughter to chime in. She's the president, but usually she doesn't show up. But hopefully she will be showing up. Let me see if there's anybody else here. One second. And nope, nobody else. Okay, so even though we do not have a quorum, we will begin so that we can finish. Here comes Russ Smith. Wait a second. Is this root source or 10 from the nations?
I think the answer is yes.
Okay. Russ, Al, and David are principals of an organization called 10 from the Nations. It started out being Nations 9th of Av, which I had a foot and a finger in having something to do with that also. And so we're very happy to have you guys in as well. But let me share the screen and invite other people or allow other people to come in as they join the Zoom. But this way, as you know, I like to do things quickly and get them done. Hold on one second. What are you telling me here? Using Gmail to run your business? Get blah, 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 blah. I'm all right. Don't worry about me. Let me try to move this. Yeah. So this is the minutes of a meeting of the board of directors of Root Source. And any action required to be taken, which may be taken at a meeting. And as a matter of fact, this whole meeting is something that is ostensibly required to be taken because we like to have quarterly meetings. May be taken without a meeting, without prior notice of consent in writing, or by electronic transmission, setting forth the action so taken as affirmed by the board members or members of the committee with respect to the subject matter. I can't believe that I didn't change this text. The consent must be filed with the corporate records, and they will. We're also welcoming Leah, who has just joined. Thank you very much. We thought you wouldn't join, but here you are. Thank you very much. The board of directors of this corporation affirmed their consent in writing with respect to the resolutions described below. This, of course, is what is written here, but will be signed on at the end. This document was prepared by the CEO and circulated by WhatsApp amongst all directors. In some cases, in this case, discussed in detail via Zoom. That Zoom meeting was recorded and is available, as is a copy of this document, at this link. And its agenda items were approved following the Zoom meeting held at Thursday, June 26th at 6 p.m. Israel time, 10 a.m. Texas time. Some of you are in Texas, but not all of you. Who isn't in Texas over there? Yeah, Al, you're always an hour before, and Russ, are you also on Eastern time, and also Leah, I think. And
I'm on Central Time.
You're on Central Time. Okay, close enough. Good. So then let us get started over here. The only member of the board who is actually here right now is Al. So 1 second. Let me delete these two here and stick them on over here. If Elisheva, who is my daughter, shows up, or anybody else shows up, then we will bring them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 7 members. We've got also Dawn DeRoshi, right? Did I spell that right?
Yep.
And Charlie, we already have in here, and David Altman. And Leah Watley. Did I leave somebody out? Looks like Dawn just sent me something.
No,
Connection. Okay, whatever. You're going in and out. So it is what it is. Don't worry about it. Is there anybody on the call who I didn't write down over here besides me, including me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. Okay. As per Article 6, a quorum is required. A quorum is at least 40% of the board in person or through telephonic or video. Now, look what I did. I figured this out. Since 3 board are present, this activity is official. But I also wrote the entire chapter, the entire paragraph, so I don't have to start editing it. Since 3 board members or more are not present, this activity is considered an informal action. If there would have been such a quorum, this would have been a formal meeting. So we can simply delete this chapter, this paragraph. And here comes Ellie. She's in. So I will move her over to there. We're not 4, we're only 2, but that's the way life is. Welcome, Ellie. Toda rabah. Let us start.
hello, I'm sorry, I'm outside, so I'm putting it back on mute.
It's okay, so is everybody else. The agenda of the resolution is packed about to review the expenses to date, review a snapshot of the balances, review a report of the activities that we've done this year. We are now at the end of Q2 and the Holocaust Autobiographies project. So let us begin. Balances 2022 to 2025. That's this sheet. I've already prepared it. And as soon as it opens, very good. So as of last week, things haven't changed much. We have about $9,000 in our Israeli bank account. That's about 30,000 shekels. We have no money in our dollars account because we moved it over to our shekels account. In PayPal a week ago, we had $73 because we had transferred about $400 before that. Not much to talk about in Gumroad. In Payoneer, about $45. In GiveButter, we had about $3,000, $3,500. That, of course, is the platform that we raise money through. And thankfully, in Mercury, which is our bank account, we had $23,000. I think we have a little less now, but we got an input of $15,000, as it is written over here. Carlson Wild's pledge was received in June. The June pledge was received, and so we're very happy. Altogether, $36,000 in cash available, more or less. That is mostly income. $39,000 has come in since the beginning of the year, which means that we probably started out with that much at the beginning of the year. And so Bezrat Hashem, we still have our $10,000 or so monthly expenses, which we'll be talking about in a moment. We have a runway of about 3 months. But we'll be talking about that some more. Of course, if anybody has any questions or comments, just open up your microphone and say, excuse me, and I will recognize you. As far as that is concerned, there's other stuff here that we're not going to look at. It basically is saying that we have a lot of Aweber subscribers, a lot of YouTube viewers, etc. But that's not the tachlis over here of the money. Very good. Okay, can we go on to the second item? The second item is should be a different, let me close this a little bit more. Should be a different tab here, but it's not. This is the tab I think that has to be opened. This is 2024. So this is the tab that has to be opened. Oh yeah, I did not finish this up. I apologize. Expected April through June. That's 3 months. $21,000, $7,000, and that's really what we did. I'll remind you that Gideon agreed to revert his fee from $10,000 a month back to $7,000 a month until significant dependent income happens. Of course, I will also tell you that that is not my salary. My salary is part of that. That also includes taxes and other expenses like bookkeeping and and uh, and and bookkeeping, other stuff as well. We have VAs. I'm sorry that Joanna did not show. We forgot to review this yet today to see how much our actual expenses were. I'm not going to look for them now. They were probably about $4,000 as well. The A Weber. This is a big mistake. I don't understand it. Our A Weber is $150 a month. So expected, that's right. I skipped it. There it is, $450 a month. I skipped Bina Kaplan. There's an important note here. Around June 1st, we switched to a bookkeeper that charges us half of what Bina was charging. This will be reflected in Q3. Okay, so Bezrat Hashem, in Q3, we will not see 1,600 here, but we will see closer to 600. No, we will be so closer to 800 or 900. And finally, small regular expenses are less than $1,000 for a quarter. And that includes Israel tax authorities, internet and phone, etc. I also replaced my cell phone for the first time in about 4 years. So that also is about $300. Cheap phones here. Okay, those are the expenses. Quarterly expenses are, let me move this a bit, come up to about 28,000, which means that monthly about 9,000, and we are budgeted for 10,000. So we're doing okay. Okay, may I continue, ladies and gentlemen? Silence is considered an agreement. Our next issue is report of activities. Let us go to the activity report that we prepare for the First Melissa Church that gives us about $100 a month, and they asked for this. I don't know that they actually look at it, but we're happy to present it also to you. Okay, so we've had conversations and media appearances in the past quarter with these three interviewees. We've done networking, an average of 10 friends a week from the United States and all over the world, and Zoom in on person. We continue to curate and deliver a weekly newsletter to about our 12,000 recipients with an average of 25 open rate, slightly higher than industry average. I will share here with my board that we are working on incorporating more AI content. We're experimenting with that, and it's looking good. So hopefully, not in order to save so much time, but to provide higher quality content, in my opinion. We are interviewing and publishing Rabbi Dermer's Holocaust Survival book. I didn't open up that tab, and I think that's because we pretty much completed the campaign. But I will, as soon as it's open, I will show it again. I had a meeting with Luke Gazierovsky. He's of the Helping Hands Foundation Coalition regarding cooperation on the We Must Not Forget Holocaust Survivors Autobiography Project, which we will discuss in a few moments. My daughter got married this quarter, and some Christian students and friends were invited, and some were even present. I had another meeting with this Ria Dokis from Yad La'ami here in Israel, a Christian organization that supports Israelis. I also had a meeting with Rabbi Daniel Rowe of Aish.com, introducing Rabbi Ruth Source. He was very excited to meet with us. I met here in Israel a mission of Texans for a Strong Israel with Revis and Ann. I participated a bit in the Jerusalem prayer breakfast that was about a month ago. We had a few Knesset events about the Temple Mount and welcoming U.S. Ambassador Mike Huckabee. I went to console the family of Yaron Lashinsky, who was a Messianic Jew who was killed in the shooting attack in Washington last month. And I added a note here that this quarter's activities were curtailed somewhat due to the Passover, Shavuot holiday season and the chariots of Gidon and the Rising Lion, Gaza and Iran wars. May we celebrate good things. So that is what we have done. So, does anybody got any comments or questions about what we did this quarter? If not, I will show the Translated Holocaust Survivors Rabbi's Memoir. I do believe that a few people on this call have contributed towards the $7,000 that we raised for this, which is just the right amount that we need in order to publish it. We are close to publishing it. I will, with your permission, see if I can quickly, within 20 seconds of a slow computer, find the final digital. Can I see that over here? No, I don't see it. Here, this, yes. Second. Is it opening? I want to show you the book cover of the book. This might not be the final. What's the difference here? Let me see if I can help. Maybe this is it. These are all PDFs.
The top one's got the largest size, so I think that's the
Right,
most.
so that's the whole book, but
That's
this is
the image.
This is the image, but it is not the latest. It's even nicer than this. But this is what the book is. If you're the kind of people that judge books by their cover, this is more or less what the book is going to look like. Happy to share that. Yes, and all right, so we're done with that. And now we will go to this. I've discussed this with some of you, or maybe all of you. Certainly mentioned. Okay, let me just first go back to the meeting notes of the meeting. So we reviewed the report of activities of Q2 2025, and we approved them. As introduced in the end of Q1 2025 board meeting 3 months ago, the We Must Not Forget project, formerly tentatively titled the 100 Biographies Project, is being pursued. We are pursuing sources for funding and partners for identifying potential survivors and their stories. We hope to prime the pump. Let's add another. Come on. With team leaders who will donate or solicit $7,000 for their Holocaust survivors book. And this is the campaign page. Okay, meanwhile, it's the same picture. I hope that within a few days or weeks, I will create some kind of a video that people can watch here explaining the campaign. I won't read the entire introduction over here, but I will say these two things. We aim to publish 100 autobiographies of Holocaust survivors, thereby keeping their personal stories alive and joining the leaders of the holy effort to keep the national and universal stories and message of the Holocaust itself alive. This project will be done in cooperation with Yad Vashem in Jerusalem. We are looking for you, individuals, prayer circles, churches, synagogues, and any other group that wants to adopt a Holocaust survivor and partner with Root Source to sponsor the publication of his or her life story. The budget includes interviews, photography, translation, editing, formatting, and project management at a sponsorship rate of $7,000 a book. Each book will include a dedication page acknowledging its partner, donor, or sponsors. We trust that you recognize the imperative to publish this work and will join us in enabling its critical message to be heard. Please register here as a team so that your friends and colleagues can be part of this special effort as well. I am now asking everybody on this call and everybody and all members of our advisory board as well as our executive board to go to this page and to prime the pump by clicking join a team and continue as your person and create your own team. Now, if you haven't discussed this with the members of your organization, if you have a church that you lead or that you are very good friends with the church leader, get permission to call this the whatever the name of your church is, so that your church will be able to sponsor such a book. It says over here $500. I'm going to change that to $7,000 because that's what it's going to be every time. And this story of why you're fundraising will actually be your personal story. It's not going to be the story of your team because there is no room for a team story. But by all means, add a story over there, and voila. Let me. I'm going to delete this team. This is going to be the test team, and this is a great story, just to see it over there. Join the fundraiser. What happens? Oops, you're already a member of a campaign. You can view your page here. A person cannot be a member of more than one team. So I'm going to need somebody else here. If you can do that now, even though we are going to be finishing this meeting in a few moments, please, I'm going to put you all on the spot and ask you if you have any questions beyond what I've explained now before you can join, create a team and join it. David, you're raising your hand. What can I say for you?
Yes, so I've already got mine primed. I'm just picking out a logo. But the thing is, I'm not a member of any organization. I would be an individual, so I'm creating one for non-church affiliated supporters so that they could do this. I think that the one thing that isn't clear to everybody that you've made clear is that this is going to be, you're not selecting a person to promote, like you're not selecting the individual the book's going to be for, and that might actually stagnate people from wanting to join if they think they've got to pick somebody out or they don't know somebody. And so perhaps if we clarify that, hey, you're supporting a book if you don't have someone in mind that you want to support. If you have a specific individual that you want to make their story known, we will do that. But if you don't, we will do it for you. And
That's, as a matter of fact, just the opposite. Primarily, we will do that for you. If you have somebody, then contact us and we will see if we can publish their story.
Exactly. Clarifying that, I think, will promote support.
Very good. I'm taking AI notes of this meeting, and that clarification will be added on our summary of the meeting and also ultimately added to the We Must Not Forget campaign page. Thank you very much for that important comment. Okay, Al, do you think that you would be able to create a team?
I am thinking of that. Actually, I'm looking at my colleagues from 10 from the Nations and thinking one of us, Russ or me, should create one for 10 from the Nations.
Absolutely right. You said that to me in an earlier meeting that we had with you weeks ago. Committing, as it is, we're very, very, very used to peer-to-peer fundraising here in Israel, and so they always tell you you don't have to worry if you're making a goal, but if you don't hit the goal, we're not going to come to your house and tear down your door. Especially right now for our advisors and board members, we need to show the other people that I'm going to share this with that it's a real thing. It's not just Gidon put up a test over here. If we have 3 or 4 or 5 teams with 5 or 6 or 7 team members already, then we can then people will say, oh, this is a real thing and I'm going to sign up. I'd like to also share here that, as most of you know, RootSource sponsors a program called Light Up the Church. And that is a program that commemorates the Kristallnacht in November. Over 300 churches, organizations, and individuals have signed on to that. So they are already doing something that has to do with the Holocaust. So I think we might really be, and there's about 100 churches over there. So hopefully we'll be able to approach all of those churches and ask them if they will be willing to try to raise this money. The money does not need to be raised immediately. They can do pledges, and they can spread out their pledge over 36 months. If you pledge, if you pledge $36, I wouldn't suggest doing that and making a $1 donation every month. But if you make a $10 donation over a year, then you've done $100, and if there are 70 other people like you, you've got your thing very easily. $10 a month is not a lot. Most of our the median of our monthly donors is closer to about $25 or $50. So hopefully that will show up. Okay. Thank you very much, Al and Russ and David. Especially thank you for recognizing that you can do this for yourself. Not through not through 10 from the Nations, but by all means, there should be a 10 from the Nations team. And again, if
I'm creating it even now.
As we speak, very good. Charlie, are you still
there?
Can you open up your wait a second, Russ, did you want to say something?
I was just telling Al that I was in the middle of doing that myself. So
okay, so why don't one of you say I'll let the other one do it, but I'm going to create another team.
I'll let Russ do it.
Okay.
And I'll create another team.
Yeah, Al, you're involved with a lot of different organizations. I think you can try to get them on board as well. Okay, Charlie, I hope you're still there. Are you still there, Charlie? Can you unmute yourself?
Charlie or Ellie?
Charlie Elkins.
Oh.
Yes, I'm here. I couldn't find.
What do you think? What do you think of this project, Charlie?
Well, I think it's great. I think people should be aware of these stories. So I think it's good to do it.
Okay, I don't really want to put you on the spot here. We've only spoken a few times, and Al and Russ, they know me, and we've also discussed this. But if you can already say that you'd like to create a team here, that would be great. If you want to think about it, I'm not going to put you on the spot.
I'll think about it.
Thank you very, very much. I'll be back in touch with you.
Okay.
Dawn, what about you?
I'll join someone's team.
You'll join somebody else's team. Very good. Okay, thank you very much. And Ellie and Leah, Ellie, you can join my team here in memory of Saba. Thank you very much with that. And Leah, you already said that your internet. Oh, there you are. Do you hear us?
So far so good. My concern is my plate is so incredibly full right now. I'm concerned about committing to something that I can't follow through on. I'm interested in it, but I also wanted to add a little bit of comment to dovetail on the other gentleman's comment. I agree that when you're pitching it to make it personal by personal story and promoting a personal story probably would have a little bit more impact.
No question about it. I am in negotiation with two groups that have that deal with Holocaust survivors. As soon as I finish up with them, then we will have 100 stories that we will be able to tell people, sign up and I'll assign you a story as soon as even before you get the money. Yeah.
And So, in regards to team building and stuff like that, I do have a couple of people in mind that, if it's okay with you, I'd like to reach out.
We can't hear you, but I'm sure that I like what you're about to say.
To spearhead here in the Charleston area.
Leah,
Or one of them is actually down near Hilton Head in the Bluffton area.
Wherever they are, obviously, any of your friends who are interested in hearing more about this project, I'll be only delighted to tell them.
Okay, all right. So I'll at least do that work on my end. As far as like committing to leading a team, I don't think I have that now.
I think you're right, and I'd like to share also with everybody else. Leah, you specifically told us that you would not be able to make it today, and here you are. So thank you very much. There are people who talk, and there are people who do, and there are people who do more than they talk. Okay, so if there's no more business, let's take a look back at this. I'm very, very excited. Thank you very much, everybody over there. Let me see if I can just take another peek at this and refresh the page if anybody has completed their team yet. There we are, non-church affiliated supporters. You can, by the way, change the name of your team. I hope that will be a specific type of a group, so we can have more of those unaffiliateds, but we will see what happens. Thank you very much, very, very much, David. Let's get back to here. And I understand that Russ is working on it. Russ, there's no technical problems over there, right? If you have a technical problem, then we're all in trouble. Whereas no further business, now therefore resolved, all the items has been examined by all directors and approved, adopted, all taken thus far, been ratified and approved. There be no feeling the business is adjourned. Let us affirm this. What is today? The 26th? April, May, June. Come on. June 26th. That's right. I will keep that in there for you. Copy. I'm sorry, one more time. Copy that. Stick it in with Ellie, because you were there too. And the
Approved.
other 4 or 5 people who have to affirm that will do so. Okay, anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
Thank you for sharing everything.
Thank you also, Ellie. Toda rabah lihitraot. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Hi, Abba.